YouTubers, welcome back. It's gonna be another little quick video with tips based on the importance of using your repair resources to your advantage, such as ALLDATA, Make On Demand, MotorLogic, Identifix, and so on, and also perhaps your scan tools such as Snap-on with SureTrack, Troubleshooter, or even OTC with RepairTrack. Sure enough, in my case, I use ALLDATA and my old faithful 15-year-old Matco Celerity 4-channel scope, which contains the Infotech 2005, which has a sub program called RepairTrack, which is part of OTC. So pretty much this vehicle is already pre-diagnosed. I found the potential problem by using ALLDATA and RepairTrack. This vehicle is a 2000 Honda Passport with a 3.2 liter engine, and this vehicle has a recurrent code of a P0300. Pretty much the owner bought this truck late 2017 with the prom already. He took it to a shop early 2018. The repair shop told him that the prom that was causing the P0300 was a stretch timing belt. So he went ahead and did the timing belt, water pump, and also replaced the spark plugs. After all said and done, the P0300 came back. So the customer pretty much gave up. So he's been driving this vehicle with this prom for slightly over 2 years, until finally one of my YouTube subscribers told him about me. He hit me up and he brought his truck to me yesterday. So I'm here doing this little quick video for you guys based on this P0300. So pretty much on ALLDATA, I was able to go into the TSB section, and there was actually a TSB regarding this P0300, which I'm going to show you guys real quick on ALLDATA. Alright guys, so this is the bulletin number here. It's in the top corner. The issue date, April 2001. And by the way, this is on ALLDATA. And it pretty much tells you the problem there. It's an ignition coil misinstalled, which will cause a P0300 code. Affected vehicles, 2000 and current, Isuzu Rodeo, Isuzu Amigo, Isuzu Rodeo Sport, models with 3.2 liter V6 engines. This also pertains to the 2000, 2002 Honda Passports, which is pretty much a rebadged vehicle. Instead of being a Isuzu, it's a Honda. It has the same engine, it has the same PCM, but it's just a Honda. So the service information here that it tells you is that if ignition coil number 6 is incorrectly installed in any of the 1 through 5 cylinders, it may cause the mill lamp to come on and set a P0300 engine misfire code. The number 6 ignition coil, tells you the part number, is shorter in length than the 1 through 5 ignition coils. So is the part number. A current countermeasure for number 6 ignition coil with a white dot has been implemented, which is figure 1, which I'll show you right now. A revised number 6 ignition coil is being developed with number 6 stamped on it, which will be released in the near future. In this case, this vehicle does have the stamp part number on the ignition coil. This identification mark should help eliminate incorrect ignition coil installation. So this is actually the picture here. So if your coil has a white dot or even a stamp number on it with the white box, that pretty much tells you that coil belongs to number 6 cylinder. Alright, so now let's go out there to the engine bay and show you guys the RepairTrack information on my last scope. Alright guys, so I want to show you guys real quick the permanent code that this vehicle has. Also to verify with you guys that it has a P0300. So there you go, it has one code, P0300, random multiple cylinder misfire detected. So this is pretty much the recurring code that this owner keeps getting. Alright. Okay, so before I show you on the lap scope with Infotech, I forgot to mention or show you guys that this time belt was done at 118,000 plus miles back in early 2018. It currently has 154,000 plus, as you can see there. Alright, so back to the lap scope. I'm going to go ahead and select Infotech 2005. Although this system is outdated, it's 15 years old, but it still contains useful information up to 2005. I think the last production was 2006. The vehicle's already selected, as you can see on top, 2000 Honda Passport. I'm going to go ahead and select component test. I could usually go and select repair track here, but it just takes a little bit longer. So I'm going to go into component test. I'm going to scroll down, hit repair track. So it gives me three options: engine ignition, emissions, PCM fuel, or brakes and ABS. I'm going to go ahead and select the first option. So there you go. It takes me right away to the RT code 10201. System, engine ignition, symptom, drivability problem or engine misfire. Check engine light may be illuminated. Problem, the ignition coils are not installed correctly. Test and fix, when diagnosing an engine performance problem or engine misfire after engine work has been performed. Verify the correct ignition coil is installed on the number 6 cylinder. Ignition coils 1 through 5 are 7 millimeters longer than ignition coil number 6. When ignition coil number 6 is installed on cylinders 1 through 5, there can be an engine performance problem or an engine misfire. The lengths of the longer ignition coils are 155 millimeters, and the length of the number 6 ignition coil is 148 millimeters, which is slightly shorter. Install the correct ignition coil number 6 cylinder and verify the engine misfire has been repaired. It shows the potential trouble codes for this vehicle, which is the most common P0300. Alright guys, so like I said before, use your repair resources to your advantage, and that's going to probably lead you to quicker diagnosis. Alright, so I'm going to show you guys real quick as I perform my visual inspection to confirm that the TSB on all data and the repair track on my lap scope on repair track was pertaining to this problem here with this P0300, which is a misinstalled number 6 coil. So pretty much this is bank 2 right here. You got cylinders 2, 4, and 6. So ignition coil number 6 is on number 4, and number 4 is on number 6. As mentioned on all data on the TSB, this ignition coil number 6 is stamped with the white marking, which is actually a square, and it has a part number 5250. The rest of the other coils are 5240. So that's an easy way to identify a number 6 ignition coil. And now, so before I go ahead and swap these coils, I'm going to go ahead and take them out, show you guys the difference between the booth lengths, and also perform some resistance checks on the primary and secondary to see if there's any potential damage on both of the coils. And I will also show you a short little clip during my initial test drive, showing you guys the customer's or the owner's symptom, as he said that as he drove the vehicle, as he pressed the gas, the check engine light would blink, start flashing. As he let go of the gas, it will just stay steady. Alright guys, so I have removed coils number 4 and 6. This one being ignition coil number 6, this being ignition coil number 4, which was on cylinder number 6, and this one was on cylinder number 4. As you can see there, I'm comparing the lengths on the boots. You can see that this is slightly much taller than the 6 ignition coil, supposedly 7 millimeters shorter than the coils 1 through 5. So that's another way to verify if you have misinstalled your ignition coil number 6 on either cylinders 1 through 5. And once again, here's that little white marking that it has. It's either going to be a circle dot or a square with the part number 5250. On the other coils, it has no markings whatsoever. So that pretty much tells you that these belong to cylinders 1 through 5. So I'm gonna go ahead and do some resistance checks on the primary and secondary real quick. All right. Okay, so to check resistance on this ignition coils, you have to touch pin A and pin C, which is your outer two pins, A and C, and that's going to give you your primary resistance. Specs for this ignition coils, when they're cold at 68 degrees Fahrenheit, it's 0.4 ohms. So let me set up and show you. Alright, so ignition coil number 4, which was installed on number 6, it shows about 0.5 ohms, which is within that spec of 0.4. So now I'm going to check ignition coil number 6, which was on cylinder number 4. Alright, so ignition coil number 6 with the white marking, which is shorter than the rest, it also shows 0.5. So far primary resistance shows okay for both of them. I'm going to show you guys the secondary resistance. So let me set up and then show you. Alright guys, so to check for secondary resistance on this ignition coils, you must touch one end of your ohm reader leads to the middle pin, which is pin B, and the other lead to the ignition coil spring, which is here on the boot. It shows about 2.8 kilo ohms. Specs for this is about 3000 ohms or 3.0 kilo ohms, which shows that is within range of 2.8 kilo ohms. So this is ignition coil number 6. I'm going to do number 4 now. Alright, so ignition coil number 4 also shows 2.820 kilo ohms, which is within the range of 3000 ohms or 3.0 ohms. Alright, so that's the way to check your primary and secondary resistance on this ignition coils. Alright, so now I'm gonna go ahead and install these ignition coils in their proper locations. And before I show you the fix, I'm gonna show you guys a quick video on my initial test drive when this vehicle was actually with the current misfire flashing check engine light. Alright. Alright guys, so I was under the impression that this flashing check engine light was occurring at all times. It seems that it's intermittent. I did call the customer to verify if this flashing light was at all times. He did say that it only occurred at moments. So this is one of those moments where the computer or PCM is not seeing severe misfires under load. That's when he said that the flashing light, check engine light, would flash under load. As soon as he let go of the gas, it will stop flashing. So I guess the next thing I'm going to do is head back. I'm going to swap the coils, put them into their proper position with cylinders 4 and 6. I'm going to erase the codes, do another test drive and confirm the fix. This vehicle does need a smog, so I guess I'll show you as soon as this vehicle does pass smog to show you the real fix. So let me just show you real quick. I'm going to accelerate, show you that nothing happens. It's a steady check engine light. So the computer's not seeing severe misfires at the moment to produce a flashing light. Alright, YouTubers, I got good news for you guys. So after swapping the number 6 coil, which was in number 4, back to his number 6 cylinder, and after clearing the codes, and after test driving the vehicle for over to about 170 miles, we pretty much started at 154,629. We're at 154,799. That's about 170 miles. I was able to make the IM monitors finally complete. I'm gonna show you guys real quick. So I'm gonna go down the list, show you all the ones that pertain to this vehicle. The one that took the longest was the evap one. I'll show you guys real quick. There's no more pending codes. No permanent codes. But the best thing, there's no more check engine light. So I'm just happy to make this vehicle owner much happier to finally fix this P0300, which was a misinstalled coil, ignition coil number 6, which is installed in number 4. But the best thing, guys, is that I finally took it to get smog. It passed smog, as you can see there, passed in visual and functional. So so that's gonna make the vehicle owner much happier. So hopefully this video helps anyone out there who is dealing with a P0300 on either a Isuzu Rodeo, Isuzu Amigo, or a Honda Passport from 2004. So I'll end this video by saying, this is Eli the OBD Tech. Thanks for watching and Happy New Year's.